All right. Good evening, guys. So today is 10th. Okay, today is 10th June, and as you can see, this price leg we are coming from this high. Overall, we are very $7, but we're coming from this high to this low, and as you can see here, this is the day we did last. Basically, basically, price is it's funny because I don't really know how to explain this thing to you, right? But I can show you. Remember, I said the dollar has been on a downtrend. Correct. Now we had the last swing high there. All right, put in the blue, and then we have this here. The testing words. We have this other block right here. We have this other block right here, and then okay, this is going to break up block because we have a low there. We have a high. Then we have another low taking out this one. So this is our breakup block there, and then boom, price runs through that. Uh, or whatever it is, this is the zone we're looking at. Alright? This is the zone I'm looking at. Life is funny and life is precious. Anyway, I just have to tell you, life is short, life is precious as well. So you have to live every moment. Yes, you have to live every moment. Not on the terms of any other individual. Do you get it? But on the terms of on the terms of I don't know, of your existence, of your meaning, you just have to, it's your life. I mean, it's your life for a reason. It's your life for a reason. Lately the candlesticks have been teaching me a lot. I relate with this as I relate to my day to day. That's how that's how deep, that's how passionate I see it. That's how blind the rest of the world is to at least whatever is happening in my universe. Yes, sometimes the candlesticks has taught me that sometimes we live amongst people and life is like a collective garage. You understand? Life is a collective garage and everyone is driving different cars. At the end of the day, we have just one bus stop, one park. Everyone is coming down at one park. Yes. So that's exactly what the candlesticks has taught me. It goes up, it comes down. Life is in phases and life is in stages. The same thing as candlesticks. Yes, this is another stage. So we've been trending downwards on the dollar. Are you seeing? This is a trend. Let me use my trend line. I really don't enjoy drawing trend lines, but since I have an idea of what it is, I will just give it to you. You understand? I'll just give it to you. This is a trend line. Now, this zone, or would I have used my parallel tool? I think that would have been better. That would have been better. All right, but let me just draw a trend line here so you understand what I'm saying. The dollar was from when? Okay, the last week of May. All right, you see from the 28th of May, as you can see, we've been tanking. That was on Wednesday. Price made the high here on Wednesday of that week, and we've been tanking down. All right, so price came down. Are you seeing the block? This was our supply block. If you want to call it supply block, oh, that's what people call it. But me, I call this what? Another block. This is another block. My reason for calling this another block, this candle, let me use my arrow tool. That should be on my favorite. Yes, I have it. So this candle here, let me zoom in so you understand what I'm talking about. This candle, some people will call it a supply zone. Do you understand? Some persons will call this a supply zone, but for me, I don't trade supply zones. I trade price action. So for me, this is another block. My reason is this is the last bullish candle, or this is the you say this is the last up close candle before price started aggressively coming down. So this is a valid order block. We have it here, and then price just trends down. We tapped in that order block form. You might want to call this also a bearish signal. If you are reading Japanese candlesticks, this is a signal. All right, this is a candlestick signal confirming that price is pushing to the downside. So we have this move, and then price aggressively comes here and then corrects on Thursday. Price is in what? Phases. Candlesticks are in sizes, they are in phases. This is a market. So as human life, one day you have money, as you can see here, the bears were in control. And then the next day, you don't have money. It happens. It's probability. But you can walk. I mean, the candlesticks has told me that you can walk life by taking control. All right? You can walk life by taking control and absolutely being yourself. By being yourself. Jesus Christ was notable because he was himself. You see, that brings me to another thing called religion. I think religion is man-made and interest-driven. I mean, why can't you just accept the fact that you are God? I mean, you are the offspring of someone that is, I mean, the grand custodian of time, the one responsible for time. You were created by him. So, I don't know. That is what the candlesticks is teaching me anyway. So, back to it. Let me get this too. For those of you who this will be your first time and you don't understand. So, we have price here giving us what? Higher highs. All right, price created a higher high there and then came here again, did what? Created a higher low. Don't forget, I'll explain why. This is a swing low and this is the 1 hour chart. This was a swing low and then price came here, gave us what? Lower high. Doing what? Price failed to take this high. I will explain when I lock this thing. Price failed to take this previous high there, so this is considered what? A lower high. Now price drove down, oh, came here aggressively. Prior to that, we had one here, came here, didn't do much, and then we dumped. Price gave us this low. And what did price do? Price started going mad here again. Are you seeing it? Still failing to take out what? That previous. So now we are sure. This is a confirmation that we are going down. It comes to do what again? It comes here. And then boom. Boom. Are you seeing? In between these candles, are you seeing? Price is just correcting itself. When we go down to the lower time frame, I'm sure we'll see whatever it is I'm drawing here for you. This is advanced market structure. Advanced market structure. This goes beyond just your regular higher highs, higher lows. And that is life. If you understand the essence of life, you learn to see that this truly goes beyond what I was taught as a child. Once you begin to see things, you can't unsee them. That is life. Everything is going to teach you something. All right, let me lock this one here. So back to my explanation, yeah? Price gave us what? Higher. I'm supposed to lock this. Price gave us what here? Higher high. Ideally, from this point, what? Price was bullish. This was a bullish trend, although it was short. But this was a bullish trend. Price was correcting on the higher time frame. So on the lower time frame, we had what? We had a trending market. But then overall, look to your left. Are you seeing? We've had massive bearish weeks on the dollar here. So me continuing this trend from this point, once price broke above this point, would have been risky. This is where retail knowledge, this is where smart money is going to take you out. Smart money is taking you out at this point because you have failed to understand that the overall trend of this market at this point, as you can see, all through the month of May, the dollar was tanking. All through the month of May, the dollar was tanking massively. Why would I want to be buying this market? If you were longing this market here, they would have kicked you out. And finally, price gave us what here again? A fake change of structure. We had what? A market structure shift here. Price broke structure because price has been falling, 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 falling. Let me mark it. You are lucky. This is a very comprehensive, well-detailed market I'm giving to you. That high comes at 563. That high comes at 563. It is significant. So this is what your retail knowledge and all those books will tell you. The books will tell you that, hey, wherever you see this kind of thing, this is supposed to be your resistance. But ideally in the market, 563, resistance don't just happen or occur randomly. 568. Resistance don't just occur randomly. They occur at significant zones, significant points. And those points for me, I call them swing highs or swing lows. Those swing lows or swing highs are usually categorized in previous day's high, previous day's week, previous day's low, previous day's high, session highs, session lows. All right. Intraday, price will always run towards the New York highs or the New York lows. And price is also going to continue towards the certain high or a certain low. That is price. Uh, 674. I guess this is the problem with this arrowhead. I really can't get 674. I can't get my points properly. So that's the essence of this tool. First, let me explain what the tools on TradingView are for those of you who might not even understand what I'm doing. Let me just put it up. All right. Okay. So this is it. We're bearish and then we took this stuff, this swing high. I don't know. I can't really go back to what I was explaining, but then okay. So if you look here, these are my tools. All right, and these tools are very, 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 very important to me. These tools are very, 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 very important to me. Now, the first thing I have here is a T. This is actually a text tool. This is a text tool. It's used for writing ABCD or whatever you want to write on your blank screen. Now, this is what I have here. I have what I call rectangle. This is my rectangle tool. So this stuff you're seeing here, this is actually a rectangle. I used it, and you can actually toggle the rectangle off. You can add text to it and style. You can either take out the background, as you can see I've done there, and then you can actually see I took out the middle line. So I'm going to put that back again, and you can actually customize to your own color. All right. Now this is the part 2. This is the part 2. This is what I used in marking out our zones, our highs and our lows. Then this is called a Fibonacci. Okay, this is my long position. These things you're seeing is called a short position. Let me lock that. So this was actually a trade that was called out, and the trade fell in. It fell through. It fell through. That trade fell through, and we had massive profit. We ran massive profit on that trade. That's used for calculating these short positions. So in case, since the dollar has been bearish or short, I really want to be on the short side. If I'm trading the dollar, all right, I want to be on the short side. So say I'm trading USD card, UJ, I'm definitely shorting UJ and I'm buying GBP USD. So that's how it works. All right, that's how it works. Whenever the dollar is down, whatever has the dollar as the base currency, all right, I'm going to long. And then whenever the dollar is, pumping and all that, so it's just vice versa. And whatever has the other one as a quote currency, I'm going to sell. So that explains why I would be selling UJ I'll be selling things like even GBPJPY, I believe. I don't know, but that's just it. I don't know. Sorry, I diverge, but that's just what this tool is all about. It will help me measure my risk position. If I'm risking 1% on this trade, that is what it does. As you can see, this was a fine one here. We had what? This was a 10 to 7. You understand? The 10 to 7 risk to reward. So at this point, I believe I must have caught 1:3 around here, or 1:4. So that was a very good risk to reward ratio. What is next one? Trend line. Yes, so this is what I'm using for all this one. You see this zone where I have my previous week high? This is the tool, trend line. It basically helps you just draw straight lines like this from point A to point B, but basically straight. All right, you don't draw vertically, you only draw horizontally. That's what it does. This is a parallel channel. All right, so I have a zone here. Let me just show you what it does. You're lucky I'm showing you all these things. I'll not show you all, like my Fibonacci settings. No, 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 no. There's no way I'm showing you that in, man. That's a priceless jewel in my archive. I'm not showing you. You pay for it if you want to learn my stuff. All right. So this is a zone. Let me use the line chart. Line charts are always better to, put up your zones, because you get to see what price is really doing. The reason is the candle bodies, the open and the close, are what tells the story. But apparently the wicks will do the damage. Alright, so this is what it does. Are you seeing? It will help you train. So people who trade range markets, as you can see, we were actually what? Trending. That's why I drew this stuff. We're making series of higher highs, higher lows. Then we put in what? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price corrected, giving us a series of what? Lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high. Then price did what? Price broke structure here, giving us the first, giving me the first idea. This gave me the first idea right here at this point, at this zone. Let me mark it out. So this is where price gave us the first what? The first fake break of structure. This break of structure is fake, but I will explain. Price took out a significant low here. That is why this thing happened. So price did this and I saw it, and basically I was just looking at the chart and it's funny. So I saw it, I waited for what? A pullback to retest this previous high. And what did price do? Price went up, took out that previous high, creating what? Another higher high. After taking out what? Price took out what? A higher low. We made lower low, then went up to take the previous high. So I'm already thinking price is going to do what? Price would hold. This becomes my order block. This candle is significant to me. This candle is important to me. I will explain why it's important. Let me use my rectangle tool. I don't know if that will be enough. What do I use here? This is order block. This is an order block. Yeah, order block. This is an order block. Let me change the text. Let me change the text. Let me change the text. Very good. Very good. So this is my order block. This is significant. The reason why this part is another block is because price has taken out a significant high. So this candle, I'm watching this candle. So if you are watching this video, this is an all packed lesson. Like, if you begin to go through your chart and see this thing in price action, trust me, your life will never remain the same. So basically, the open of this candle is important to me. That comes at 972. That comes at 972. I just need to put my coordinates. I already have something for that. 972. This is important. Order block. This is important to me. I need to change the text. All right, so this open. If price breaks below this candle, I want to see something significant happen. All right, and then we have this guy here supporting price. What? Supporting price lower. Are you saying we failed? Since we failed to take out this, the open of this candle, boom. Are you saying this was this would have been the entry right here, boom. So basically, what am I saying? Price came down, did all this low and all that, and gave us this low and put in this range. But I'm just trying to explain all these tools to you before explaining this range. I saw something in price action that was very significant to me, so I had to take a pause. You understand? Don't worry, you get there when you start seeing all these things. So this is another tool after a parallel channel, which I have here. This is a horizontal tool. So this one will just extend a line like this for eternity on the chart. That's what it does. Straight line. All you have to do is insert one coordinate. It's not like your trend line. Your trend line has point A to point B. It has to stop at some point. The parallel, that horizontal line has to stop at a certain point. So that's where you have your coordinates. This one has only one coordinate. Wherever it has been anchored, it extends the price all the other way. Let me remove it. Aish, I hope I have the right thing. Okay. All right. Then this is called the Fibonacci tool. All right. So the Fibonacci tool, this is how I'm able to measure. I won't put it up. Oh, you go and explore. I don't want to show you my settings. So you basically anchor your Fibonacci tool. It's actually called a retracement tool, but it has price. It measures price areas. So if price runs at a certain spread, there's every tendency that price has to trade, and rebalance around where? Price has to rebalance around something I call an equilibrium. All right? Price has, okay, let me explain that why the Fibonacci is important to me. Let's say bread prices are high. If you're in Port Harcourt, where I stay, where I reside, where I grew up, if you're in my home base, you would understand that if the prices of pure water skyrockets for a certain time, maybe it gets to 500, sometimes the people think, the price is just too high, and then it comes down. Same thing as every market, same thing as life. Sometimes you get too angry. Perfect explanation. Sometimes you're so angry that you don't even want to be around anybody. But then after a few words or after seclusion where you think, you now calm down and say, actually, I think the best way one would have done this thing is to calm down. You get. So that's the Fibonacci tool. It just helps you pick your highs and your lows. All right. And if you have a good zone, trust me, you are going to ride the next price action down. So it helps you determine if price is going a certain way and how to catch price from those zones. All right. It's a whole strategy. I have a strategy on that too. A whole strategy on using just Fibonacci and price action. Is a whole setup. Oh, trust me, a whole setup. Don't joke with it, I beg. I love it. If you trade Fibonacci and I see you are my friend. If you use that Fibonacci and you can master your Fibonacci, trust me, you're already light years ahead. Light years ahead. This is also for my children who are yet unborn, and whoever is going to be watching this video, whenever, at any time in life, you find this video, I want you to understand that it's possible. Do you understand? Life is very possible for you. If you dare believe, if you dare to believe. Jesus actually made his name disobeying people. As much as people think he was all perfect and all that, I mean, the standards and attributes he shared in his time, he would have been considered a rebel or an opposition of the state in present times. There were religions, already established religions his parents were in. He came in, he distorted the system. And I think people who are actually good, gifted, talented, blessed, I think they share that similarity. Disturbed people are not always lazy or confused people. Yes, that's it. Distortion does not really mean inauthenticity. You understand? And that's life for you. There are ups, there are downs. So I hope you just understand this and put more effort into it. So that's that for Fibonacci. Now, this is the tool. This is like vertical line. This is the opposite of your trend line. All right? You just draw and price does this for you, straight line. That's what it does. And then I have my short position, which does the opposite of what my long positions do. If I'm going short, you understand, like I showed you in that clip. Okay, this is an example again of price. We going short here. I can you see the precise nature and reason why we were going short here? There's a reason. You might not know it, but there's a reason. I would explain. There's no need to see. Information is good. There's no need to withhold information. This video is everything you need to watch and become profitable. Why am I taking this short position here now? Pere, you asked me, Pere, bigger. Why did you take this short position here? And I will explain. This is my higher time frame. This is my higher time frame, intraday wise. Something magically happened here. I had this high at what? 882. This came at 882. Let me put it. Ouch. 882. I'm supposed to have what here? Buy side liquidity. Okay. I need that text, that black to be red, something or some kind of color I can identify. Oh God, help me. All right, so we took our buy side liquidity right here. Price made this high. What am I looking at? I'm looking at this series of up close candle. This is my new order block. This is my new order block. This is advanced market structure. You understand? This is advanced market structure. You understand why price is definitely at least 80% of the time. You understand why price is going to come back down. That's what I'm showing you. So this is not cheap. This is everything. This is my life's work. So this I love. This is my other blocks for me when I'm drawing other blocks. All right, I love using the open or the close of that candle. All right, forget the weeks. The week for me tells me what? Whenever I see a change in the state of delivery, I'm at least 75% of the chance expecting a market structure shift or what you call a break of structure. I'm expecting it. I'm anticipating it. And once I see that, it's a go game. So this one comes at 688. Let me spread it out well. For me, I like to have my things spread out. 688. So you just find your style. All right, find your style, your mechanism for trading, and then this is what boom. This is my change in the state of delivery. This is this is an order block. So as soon as price closes down forcefully from this thing, if this see massive what we have three bearish candles massively closing down. So we have one, two, three. They just massively closed down, taking what? Taking out this high, the low, taking out the open of this candle that caused the the sweep of this high, and then we break down, giving us a confirmation of bearish momentum. If I do something here again, I'll be exposing my fib level. That one is for me. You can ask me about my fib level. So you just take your fib and you measure, and then you have a zone here. As you can see, we have what? Order block. There's what? Uh, fair value gap right here. There's also a fair value gap right here. So I'm just going to take that. Oh, but I forgot on this gen. So this light one will get my PC. My PC die. My PC goes off, man. I'm going to be very, 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 very annoyed. So basically, I have what? Okay, you can see. I also have something here. So I have this gap, and then price just breaks down mechanically. Market structure shift, break of structure. This would have been another entry, and then we drive down. So that's what short position is all about as well. And this is range. So you can use this from this high down to this low. This is what the range tool does. It tells you how many pips price moved, from this high to this low. And I don't use it often, but I just have it there. And then we have my eraser tool. When you're drawing lines with your pencil, you need to draw with, you need to have an eraser. uh But unlike in life where you pay for mistakes with serious, serious penalties, in this business too, every mistake you pay every mistake with a price. You pay every mistake with a price, and the price you're paying here is hard-earned money. You're paying with your money. So every mistake you make in price action, your result is you're not getting caned. You're actually going to lose money. Yes. So this is not, let me not, it's not like you made big money, you will smile. Oh, yes, I can show you my trading panel. I can show you my account. You understand? You will lose money, oh, but you'll be happy because you're making money. So you need to be disciplined because price would move at certain areas. All right. And I just gave you a glimpse, anyways, of advanced market structure. If you want to know more of what I'm talking about, come pay for my paid mentorship, and I will explain every single thing to you on my paid mentorship. I'm not holding back. You understand? I can't take this whole thing to the grave. I need to pass on information. Everything I know today, someone taught someone said something to somebody, and somebody said something to somebody, and that is how information has, moved. That is how culture, that is how our traditions have survived. Someone told somebody something, and somebody decided to do it. So that's it. That's it. So I just need to teach people. I just need to mentor people. And if you want to learn, pay for my mentorship. I'm going to teach you everything. This is just a glimpse of advanced market structure. There are multiple ways you can tell. There are ways, there's precise ways, almost precise, that mechanically, the candles must act in such manner. Just as humanity, just as humans can be, you know, it is predictable that if you go out, you should come home. You understand? You just have some basic things. They are called day to day, day to day. So the candles, also have their own day to day life. You can tell that at a certain time of the day, something, something, something should happen, and then, price would behave a certain way. There's a chance that if you catch them at that moment, if you get into price at that moment, whoo, oh my God, you'll be milking this stuff. But it takes patience. It takes concentration because trust me, your psychology will be tested. Your psychology is going to be tested. This will expose you to the kind of person you are. Do you understand? It's going to expose you to the individual you are. Shikena. There's no going back. You can't bet on it. So you have to do what is right, and that is where discipline comes in. All right. So that's why I have my eraser tool here. Basically, I don't use it often, but once in a while I just use it. So this old eraser, it reminds me of so much. It helps me concentrate when I try to take up some certain things. I see perspectives. All right, so this is that cross tool. This is the one I really love. As you can see, as soon as I get to the candlestick, you want to check out my open, high, low, close. This thing entirely you have your price action on this board. This whole thing is what you're trading. So if you're trading a whole day section, you're looking at the open price of that day. It's very, very important. Let me stop talking. Let me stop talking. If you want to know more, come to pay for it. Pay for it. Because trust me, this is premium knowledge. When you begin to see price like this, your life changes. So you see, we have open, high, low, close. Every day, each candle and every time frame does that. There's always going to be an open of a candle. There's always going to be a high of that candle. And then there will be a low of the candle. And then there will be a close. When you light your candlestick, you light it at the top. It burns. There's always a wick at the top of the candle. Think of it like a sign that the hourglass, yes? Hourglass, it's ticking, time is ticking. Time is ticking, and this thing helps you crack time. You begin to understand that, oh, 5 minutes is important. A second is important. 5 minutes is important. Life is priceless. It is premium fuel. It is premium fuel. You can't afford to waste it on anybody carelessly. I mean, when I mean waste it on anybody, I'm not talking about your loved ones, anyways. But even our loved ones can be annoying. So your time has to be prioritized. So the same thing with the candlesticks, all right? It does that, breaks, and then as you can see, we now come into a range theory. So this is where I have a call out sign and blah 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 blah. Let me bring this thing down. So this is where it's important now. From our range, from our trending, price was trending down, bearish on the dollar. And then June, since we started June, price trended bearish the entire May. And then price opened up June and price started moving sideways. So this is the open of June, and then this is like, I think, the second week of June. So that's like 20 days. All right, for 20 days, there will be 10 days, roughly 10, 20 days or 15 days. Price has been moving to the side for 15 days. So this is the way you trade this market is different from the way I would trade this market. I would not want to trade a trending market the same way I would be trading what? A bearish market, a ranging market. But it is possible to trade. Let me explain a ranging market for you now. Let me get my part 2. Let me explain what's happening throughout June. Price gave us a low here. Price came up, gave us high. Gave us another high. What? Higher low. Then price came up, gave us higher high. Then suddenly price came down, did this, came down, did this, came down, did this, and now price is just doing this. So this is a ranging market. Now let me show you. This is where you get this tool. I'll take my channel 2, all right, and I'm going to put it here, and then I put it here, then I drop. Are you seeing? So this is it. Apparently price, this market, if I'm trading a trending market, the trending market is supposed to do this. Are you seeing? This is a downtrend. This is a downtrend. So if I'm trading this market, I'm only waiting for price to fall down and then what? Retrace. When price retrace to a significant point, probably a trend line zone, I want to do what? I want to shut it down again. So I'm only looking for continuations in this kind of market. But in this kind of market where we currently are now on the dollar, price is doing this. This high, it came down around this low here that it created, took it out, and then went up again. It bounced up to this point again, came down. So price is just moving sideways. If you want to trade this market, all you have to do now is you wait. This is your support, classic support and resistance trading. You wait for price to hit this point, calm down, you catch it at a significant point, probably equilibrium of this first swing it has made, and then you look for a retracement and continue. Price bounces up this low. As soon as you see that, you are selling, you are buying again at this point. So you only want to buy the market at the top. You want to sell it at the top and buy it at the low in a range market. You see, when this market started doing this, everybody who saw the dollar being bearish, people were already shorting from here. Holding what? Holding this point. Let me show you something. At this point now, people had orders here. Why? Why were there orders there? Price is already bearish. Is this market bearish? Yes. But now price is moving sideways. This is the open of what? This is the open of the month. We are accumulating. So I'm looking for this second week to give us a manipulation. Technically now the dollar is moving, sideways and it's looking like it's bullish. But I'm still thinking we might just go lower. This is an accumulation to deceive people that the dollar is going to gain strength and then buy. Whereas, from my own technical analysis, I feel this is an accumulation for the month. Then we are going to either manipulate higher and then sell price lower. But if it happens that we manipulate lower this week, I'm looking to distribute higher. Anything can happen. So that's it. When these people had their stop orders here, price came here and started retracing up. It got here, fell down. People said the market is still selling. They entered another one. Price did what? Took everybody out at once. This is the kind of market we have going on here. That thing I drew there, this is it. People entered here thinking, hey, this market is going down. Yes, it is. People are already short here too. He came here, sold. He came here, we entered. Boom, what does he do? He took everybody out. Came here again, took all the people that entered this market out at this point. Then closed back inside of this high again. This is where I call it this is where my CRT, it's called CRT is actually called candle range theory. All right. This is where that strategy comes to play. As soon as this candle that swept this high closed back inside of that range, you're looking for signals to sell it. What happened? This is where I fell victim here because it happens. No matter how experienced you've been in business, once in a while you make a very stupid decision. You just look at yourself and say, I was reckless. If I had just taken a breather to look well at the situation, I mean, I would have done better, handled it better. But then it's done, it's done. So I fell victim to this as well. Because why? I saw this and then price broke this level. I said, no, I'm going to short. Boom, price took me out. But I was lucky to enter on a continuation trade right here. I entered the continuation trade right here. So basically, that's what happened, and we're moving sideways. So that's that chart. I believe I've been able to, you know, teach you guys a lot for today. I'll just stop here. You understand? Let me stop here. I'm really tired and I've given time. I don't know how many hours this recording or video is going to take. I don't know if I would even have the chance to make some modifications. I might just upload it the way it is and let you have it. You understand? So go and watch. I don't know if you can't hear me very well. Sorry, I'm using my basic earphones. So you have to manage. If you love me enough and you love my content, support me. Get me headset or something. So that's just it. Yeah. I'll stop here. I need to review the charts myself, and I think I'm hungry. I need to go and eat. I need to look for food. I'm hungry. Either Nescafe or something, or coffee or something. I don't know, but I think I need to eat. So this is where we are on the market. What am I looking for? For me, I'm currently looking for price to do what? To break above one of these levels. That's it. Price breaks above one of them significantly. There's something I'm looking for in price. If that happens, all right, I would have my bias. So in a market like this, I really don't know where the price would go. Price might go anywhere. In a ranging market, whenever you see a consolidating market like this, it means price could go anywhere. Both buyers and sellers are in control of the market. You can see it clearly. We have buyers also. We have sellers first here. And then suddenly buyers came in. And here you see, they are trying to drag the market. So whatever happens here, I don't want to be caught in it. I want to see a clear run away from all this drama. And then I'll continue from there. Wherever that direction takes me, I'll continue from there. So until later, whenever I have the time to make a video like this again, kudos, guys. One love. I pray we all make it. I pray we're all successful. This is 2020. Ah, sorry, my time here, I'm using 24-hour clock, and I think this should be about past 10, yeah? 22, 2700 hours, 2200 hours, thereabout. So that's where we are, 2200 hours, and I'm clocking it out. Eastern time, we're currently about 1700 hours. So just a little difference in between, and there. I actually drew this thing here for a reason. Let me put it there. That's actually a change in the state of delivery for me. Oh. Okay, no, that should be a market structure shift. Let me leave it there. Church. Yes, that's church. Change of character. That's a change of character. So this one basically confirmed that my guy, we're going up, oh, and then you bought here and then boom, 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 boom. So when you're looking at price action, anyways, there are certain things you need to look for, which I've given you a few. I've told you about change in the state of delivery. If you want to know about that, you chat me in the comments. All right, leave a comment, ask question. Leave a message. I'll read and then I'll answer your questions. Just tell me what you don't understand. So I have my other blog there as well. I would explain further on it. Whatever thing you like to learn, just ask me. I think I'll try and make a video about it when I have the time. So until whenever we see, I'm sorry, I used the dollar as the example today, but then I looking at the dollar, I already know what's happening on foreign currencies like GBP USD and Euro USD. All right, just seeing this, I already know the drama that's happening over there. While looking at the dollar, I can tell what's happening on foreign currencies. So I'll just stop here until later. I didn't make video on. Okay.